so I just wanted to share another video with you really quickly. And this will be the second video that I will be doing, sharing with you guys some strategies as to how to overcome depression. Like I've mentioned to you before, there's so many people who I've spoken with who I realize are suffering from depression. And I thought that it would be great to address the problem. Um, Now, we know that one of the things that may cause persons to fall into a period of depression, whether long term or short term, may be because of troubling circumstances in their life. And I'm going to share with you, uh, well, one experience that I am having right now, and something that I found has helped me a lot to be able to still focus on the positive side of things and not dwell on those negative emotions that can sometimes lead persons into that pit of depression. So on Sunday, I got news that three of my nephews were, well, the three of them were in a car accident. Two came out okay by the grace of God, and one is in critical condition and has several head injuries. Now, in that moment, I thought to myself, wow, this is horrible. Like, how worse could this situation get? Um, until later on in the evening, my father was speaking to somebody, and he said, thank God it wasn't worse, because all three of them could have died. And I stopped and I thought to myself, wow, I never thought about that. I never thought about the fact that all three of them really could have just come out dead, and that God spared all their lives. And although one is in critical condition right now, it's still not the worst situation that it could have been. And that changed my perspective a whole lot. It allowed me to, instead of focusing on the bad, which is a huge bad, but it allowed me to focus on the good, which is also a great good that came out of that situation. And it reminded me of the story of when, in Numbers chapter 13, when God told Moses to send out 12 spies to view the land that he had promised to give to his people. And when they went, they came back with fruits from the land. They saw that the land had produced good fruit, and that the people there, they were giants supposedly and just very strong. But 10 of them came back with a bad report, saying that no, we're not able to go and to conquer this land because the people are so great. And they started to complain against Moses and against God. And only 2 of them stood up and were able to say, no, we are able to go and conquer that land, and God can give it into our hands. So let's go up and possess it. They didn't deny the truth of the situation. They weren't in denial, saying no, there's this isn't what you guys are thinking it is. They recognize the reality of the situation, but they chose to focus on God and the greatness of God rather than the greatness of their enemies who were in front of them and standing in their way. So that's just one strategy. Another strategy that I want to share with you guys that will hopefully be able to help you on your journey to overcoming depression. I know that so many times it's human nature for us to just focus on the negatives in our lives. But if we were to really take the time and make the diligent effort to try to seek what positive is there out of even the worst situation, I'm sure that we'll be able to find it if we search for it. May God bless you all, and may you continue to strive to draw closer to Him, no matter what the circumstances of this life may bring.